Not having healthy boundaries in a relationship can lead to negative consequences. You may experience anxiety, much stress, depression, or even abuse. In this video, we'll be discussing how to set healthy boundaries in a relationship. Stay until the end to learn how you can effectively set healthy boundaries in all your relationships. Setting limits within a relationship is important. No matter how much two people love each other, they both need to have their own space and keep their own individual identity. You can maintain a good relationship if you don't have a life apart from your partner or loved one. Even if you're too in love, you'll eventually get used to being with them, and you'll realize that you need time for yourself. Setting healthy boundaries in a relationship starts with knowing yourself. Knowing who you are, what you need, what you don't like, and what you value helps you understand how to handle things in your relationship. When you know yourself, you'll know how to compromise and deal with stuff that concerns you and those you love. For example, you can tell your boyfriend or girlfriend that you need privacy when you're resting on a Friday night, so they don't plan a date Friday evening. You have enough self-love and self-respect to allow yourself to prioritize your personal needs and not just always say yes to others, even when you don't mean it. You treat yourself fairly as you would others. Another essential in setting healthy boundaries is being your own person. Some people fall so hard that they lose who they are while loving someone. They feel like they are not complete alone. They willingly give up their needs and desires only to please the person they adore. However, the relationship is one where both parties can enjoy being themselves and live life both together and apart. You may have common interests, goals, or beliefs, but you still need to spend time away from each other. Clinging onto your partner or friend can be suffocating. It's like one can't function without the other, when in reality, you are two separate people with unique backgrounds and personalities. You may not see it now, but not having a strong individual identity will make you grow tired of your relationship. You may also feel stuck in the long run and wish to get free if you often hold on to someone else instead of giving yourself a chance to do things alone. You'll put yourself in a leash and struggle to move. You might even lose sight of your own dreams, all because you were too busy focusing on your relationship. No good relationship restricts personal freedom and expression. Setting healthy boundaries in a relationship also involves healthy communication. Regular, healthy communication strengthens your bond and keeps you connected. You get a clear understanding of them as a person and relate to them on a deeper level. You know how to act around them. Lack of healthy communication brings confusion. Instead of hiding your emotions or resorting to resentment in a relationship, you must communicate exactly how you feel. If something doesn't sit right with you, don't pretend everything is fine. Acting like you're okay or giving the cold shoulder won't solve anything. It can only make things worse. If your partner, for example, crosses the line, you can't just shake it off. You need to tell them what you really think about their actions. You should be assertive with your voice. Even better is if you can think of a consequence if they continue to cross your boundaries. For example, if your boyfriend tries to put his hands on you and it makes you feel uncomfortable, you can tell them to stop or you will leave. This is a great way to let him know where the boundaries are and what would happen if he continues to ignore them. Make sure to follow through with your promise, or he will think you are joking and ignore your boundaries next time. There's always a way to communicate your side without hurting each other. Moreover, saying when you're offended or when you don't like something is a way of being honest. Sharing what you think or feel can help improve a relationship and prevent the same problems from happening again. If you're in a relationship with someone who truly cares about you, they will do their part and try their best to avoid upsetting you. In setting limits in a relationship, saying no is necessary. There are times when you need to refuse because you respect yourself. Saying yes to a date only to please your friends will make you suffer, and you know it. You can try to deny your feelings, but it won't get you anywhere. You need to express yourself. Open up your heart and be honest about what's really on your mind. You can't wear a mask just to steer clear of issues. Problems are a normal part of any relationship. They exist so that growth is possible. If you fear your partner won't accept you for your little quirks, then maybe they are not meant for you. Relationships include expressing your real self, weird habits and all. According to psychology, having trouble setting boundaries comes from people-pleasing, which is a personal matter that usually comes from an ideal childhood. You probably grew up in an imbalanced home where you had to behave as others told you rather than as you chose to. This explains why you find it difficult to say no to people and always end up dismissing your inner judgment just to do what others ask of you. You should recognize your tendency to please and practice fighting the urge until it becomes a routine. When you feel you're about to say yes to something you don't like, remind yourself to be honest. Saying yes will only make you frustrated with yourself. Say no to people, places, activities, and choices that are not true to who you are or what you stand for. If you really want to have a healthy relationship, you must learn the art of saying no. Refusing doesn't mean you don't love someone enough. It means you love yourself as well. Love is not about agreeing all the time, after all. Love is when you accept each other's limitations and still care despite them. All in all, healthy relationships that last stand on trust and respect. Aside from real love, you need to treat each other well if you want to stick together for a long time. Look at the other person as someone who you can rely on. Of course, this won't work with those who can't do the same for you, but if you're lucky enough to find the right person, you should learn to foster genuine trust and respect in your relationship. Don't easily accuse your partner of something if you can't prove it. Listen to what they have to say first before you assume their intentions. Give them a chance as you would to yourself if you were someone else. In the same way, treat them with respect as much as you would expect from them. Trust is built over time and mutual respect is earned. As you experience life together, you should develop these and make an effort to nurture them. You need to continue supporting each other, come hell or high water. Leaving house chores to your spouse, failing to thank your children, or making plans without consulting your best friend are the opposite of respect. Situations such as these may weigh more or less depending on the person. Know what respect looks like for you and for them, how to open up comfortably, and what is non-negotiable. You might discover that your loved one dislikes tardiness and sees it as disrespectful, while it seems trivial for you. We can't ask others to give up their boundaries, even if it proves tough for us. We all have our own values, and we have the right to follow them. Each one of us has their own behaviors, responses, challenges, and reactions that we can't change. Still, there's room for compromise in a healthy relationship. That's how trust and respect flourish. It's more than important to discuss these things together and come to a clear understanding and arrangement. You both need to find the best way to cater to each other's wants and needs without affecting anyone negatively. The outcome should be one where you're both happy or satisfied. It might be easier said than done at times, but it's definitely possible. If you need assistance, you might consider counseling or couples therapy to find out how you can meet halfway. Never turn exclusively to a third party for help. Other people can give you support, but they can't ultimately provide the best solution. It's always better to talk things through privately. When trust and respect are constantly present, our relationship thrives. Healthy boundaries are crucial in any form of relationship. They strengthen and enhance the bond you have while keeping it alive and well in the long run. You can effectively set boundaries in your relationship if you're willing to do the work and practice patience. As you stay consistent in maintaining those boundaries, always remember to know yourself, keep your own identity, communicate, say no when necessary, trust, and respect. How do you set healthy boundaries in your relationships? Share with us your thoughts in the comments below. Until the next video.